Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Mezco Toyz Living Dead Dolls Annabelle. Before The Conjuring, there was Annabelle. Not as good of a movie, I find, to be honest. Annabelle, I find, just didn't deliver as well as The Conjuring did, but still a pretty scary movie. And of course, that The Conjuring introduced everybody to Annabelle, a very scary, creepy-looking doll. Living Dead Dolls has now released Annabelle in doll form, and I gotta say, she looks pretty cool. Looking forward to getting her out. Although it does say, warning, positively do not open. Normally, Spot should heed the advice of a package, but of course, the job of a reviewer as I would have to open this up to show you guys what it looks like inside. So if there is a curse that will happen after the fact, tell others my story. Warning, choking hazard, small parts not for children under 3 years of age. It's recommended for ages 17 and up. Side of the box features kind of a wood, faux wood style box, kind of like it was the case itself. That's kind of a nice touch. And then on the back, the read-up says, John Form was found the perfect gift for his expectant wife, Mia, a beautiful, rare vintage doll in a pure white wedding dress. But Mia's delight with Annabelle doesn't last long. On one horrific night, their home is invaded by members of a satanic cult who violently attack the couple. Spill blood and terror are not all they leave behind. The cultists have conjured an entity so malevolent that nothing they did will compare to the sinister conduit to the damned that is now Annabelle. There's Annabelle up the top corner there. Spot's going to take a break. Despite the heed warnings on the package, I am going to open this up. Fingers crossed everything goes well. And when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Living Dead Dolls Annabelle. Don't go anywhere, guys. There's more heading your way. Let's hope Spot doesn't get a curse. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. If you now are joining Spot, I can assure you, so far, so good, I am without curse. What was that? Okay, I thought there was a curse coming in. I don't know how curses really work. I don't think they would just come into the room like that. But let's get a better look at Annabelle. And this is now Spot's second Living Dead doll, the first one being Chucky that we had a look at. Annabelle's a good-looking Living Dead doll. Although she's a little problematic in the fact that you probably can see that I'm holding her. She does not want to stand. I didn't realize that Annabelle had no shoes. She's got no shoes. She's only got socks on. Maybe that is the culprit. Maybe it's also the curse that's preventing this doll from standing up. I should be a little bit more at ease knowing that if she was to stand on her own and maybe just start kind of floating or something, that would be my bigger problem. Maybe having her not standing well is the least of my worries. Needless to say, the face on Annabelle is pretty good. Let's bring up the camera and zoom in. I feel like the hair is maybe a little too on the blonde side. It maybe could have been just a little bit darker. But the thing is, with the Living Dead dolls, it's kind of an amalgamation between a regular doll and whatever character that the doll is based from, i.e., Chucky, Freddy Krueger, stuff like that. I think it's a pretty good recreation of Annabelle. I think the face is good. It's a little off, but still what it needs to be for Annabelle. I think all the little key details are there, like the blushed cheeks and little scratches and marks on her face. A neat touch by Mezco that when they made this particular Annabelle doll, not the real one, but if I just lift up her dress for a second, her legs are painted as if they're wood, or they kind of have that wood kind of porcelain look to them. I guess more porcelain than anything else. Same also for her neck area, and even actually her hands have that brush mark look to it. It's a nice small touch. Didn't necessarily have to be put in there, but I appreciate that they would have gone the extra mile. Her hair is braided into little pigtails with little bows on the sides. There are clear elastics currently wrapping around her hair, but I don't know why I would want to take that off, nor would I suggest taking off, because it's just going to make the hair more of a mess when you take that off. Don't leave it to the bows to do the job. Just leave those be. As it also goes with Living Dead dolls, they're not super posable. There's not really a lot of posability that could be said for them, but you can rotate the head left and right. And actually, this whole section here is a ball joint, which is a nice touch too. And There's kind of just more of that brush look underneath her her bangs. But her head does have a ball joint, so it moves really easy. You can kind of... What it would be fun is if somebody was collecting these, like myself, and I had left the room and somebody snuck in and turned all the dolls' heads facing my desk. And then while I'm looking and working away at stuff, I just happen to look up and notice all these dolls are looking at me. Yeah, how creepy would that be? As for other articulation, her arms do rotate out and all the way around, although little limited because when you start twisting it too much, it starts bunching up and pulling the fabric material of her dress here, her white dress. It's kind of not really so much white as it's more like a kind of a pearl kind of color. It's got a shine to it. Also a really nice touch. And as for her legs, the stiffest part of the whole doll is her legs. They move only really left and right. They don't hinge out. I wish this particular Living Dead doll had come with a stand. I don't collect them enough to know whether maybe any of them come with display stands, but characters such as this would have been perfect if you had had a display stand and something just kind of holding the doll in place, kind of making it look like a real porcelain doll. Just really, really creepy. A pretty good looking representation, recreation of Annabelle, just in Living Dead doll form. Again, this is Spot's second Living Dead doll. I might be inclined to pick up more. I don't know if I would necessarily pick up non-themed Living Dead dolls. I would not pick up maybe just some random Living Dead doll, unless one catches my eye. But I would be inclined to probably pick up the ones that are themed based on movies, like, you know, Friday the 13th and whatnot. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the Mezco Toyz Living Dead Dolls Annabelle. Creepy. Oh, and also, if anyone's keeping tally, Spot is still without curse. Curse-free. Curse-free! I don't want to shout that too loud in case the curse has heard that. Certainly stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more videos heading your way. Thanks for watching as you always do. What was that? That's no curse. Thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you next time.